folks, welcome to ITOM Spotlight, and today we have with us Ivan.
Hello.
It's happy to have you here.
I'm happy too.
So could you tell us a little bit about yourself, maybe?
Oh, okay. I work in Bludis, in Italian distributor, value-added distribution for very, very long time. I'm happy to stay in Bludis. I'm now happy to stay here. I'm very, very happy anytime I can have the opportunity to come to Chennai and visit your splendid and fantastic office.
We're very glad to have you here.
I'm glad to see you.
You are an IT expert from Italy. So I think our audience are going to have a fun ride today because you're going to tell us about the IT trends. We're going to talk about cloud. We're going to talk about full stack observability. And we're definitely going to talk about how to approach all of these different new emerging technologies. So let's get started with cloud.
Okay.
So we see a lot of investments, especially in Italy, from major hyperscalers and cloud providers in billions. So how are the Italian organizations approaching this? Are there any changes to their IT strategy?
Yeah, definitely. All move to cloud right now. All move to cloud. So this is a very, very challenging for the people, for the industry, for the IT. It's a very, very strange to have some asset in the cloud and some after on the production side in the building so it's very, very complicated to take a global look of all of this in a single time. So this is a challenge. This is definitely a challenge.
Definitely the visibility part when you have some on-premise and some on cloud. So do organizations shift towards advanced solutions like full stack observability, or how are they handling this?
No, I think that full stack observability is the future, but is not so easy to let the customer industry understand the value of this investment. In Italy, is a lot of customer, a lot of client just think, okay, I need to see if it's red or if it's green. If it's green, or okay, if it's red, okay, I intervene, but it's not more okay do this for the industry. We need to move more faster. We need to have more a strategical approach to the industry.
So when you say that we need to move faster, and especially from the is it red or is it green to a more how do I know it is red or green approach, there is a challenge there because legacy systems. How do they integrate it into a modern IT environment?
This is another challenge because the legacy system is a very, very different for a different market. If you are the public, you have the different approach. If you have private, for example, so it's a little bit difficult to arrange. But I think that the first and the almost is the security of the asset, and the other things is okay, now this asset is secure. Now I need to know if this asset is this component work. All we concern on the look on the security, but I think that we need to move also to the look this device work properly. Okay, so this is a little bit challenge, I think.
True, because we need to figure out a way to integrate it into the environment without compromising on its security or without losing out the specific niche function that the legacy system is currently providing. I think we can all agree on that, truly. So when we say that we are integrating systems in, there's a lot of challenges right now. But in Italy specifically, we do see that the public sector is becoming more digitally forward when compared. So what lessons do the private sectors, enterprises can learn from the public sector?
Okay, so the public sector need to learn how to play with the governance, and the private sector start to adopt some security action with the very NIS2, DORA, that we need to do compliance. So this is the things. One can learn to each other, but the public sector start moving faster than the private in the last year. So it is a strange thing for the Italian, because the Italian have a big part of the public sector and it's always been slow. But in this time, we go to more faster.
True. Okay. So yeah, I think security for a public sector is going to be of prime importance, of course, but it's also going to be difficult because when we bring in a solution like full stack observability, we are getting data from almost every possible source, and we have to warehouse this data. We have to like delete or replicate in case of redundancy. So there's a lot of complex processes going behind handling the data we get. So what would be your advice to organizations looking to have a more secure approach to handling the data that they collect?
Wow, it's a very complicated question, but this is a big challenge, because I need to have the short answer is I need all in a single view. True. If I have all in a single view, I have the contact with the reality of my environment. If I have several tools, okay, I can tell you this. I can use this word. It's very, very complicated to have a complete vision on these things. So the first thing is one console. Exactly. Less console is better in this case.
Better, yeah.
Okay, and this is almost. We need to integrate the log of the device. We need to see if the device responds or not. If there is some packet lost, all in one vision.
True.
This is the first step. Also for the security, because if I track correctly the traffic in my network, and I see, I can intervene.
True. Yeah, you need to have that visibility. It's called full stack observability, obviously. So from the very small step to the services, the applications, if we, like you said, if we can track the traffic, I think we can easily ensure that the security aspect is there. But that does require a level of change in the current way organizations monitor, because usually they just deploy a solution and they just say, okay, fine, I think the tool is giving me the information. So how do I make sure the tool is giving me the correct information?
We need to do some tuning, but it's so complicated because we have different assets. We speak with monitoring. We have different assets with the router, and one router work in one way, another router work in another way. So we have a different type of setting for each component that the customer have. Or we can use the artificial intelligence. We can use the machine learning. We can use this new technology that will help us to configure all the things, and I'll be sure to have all the information in a single point.
True, but when I say, okay, let's use artificial intelligence, I think people might get a little scared or a bit skeptical, because sometimes the artificial intelligence feels a black box. I don't know what it's doing, but it's doing something. Especially when we configure devices. Yeah, I can set up artificial intelligence and it'll configure the device for me. But do you think that even today, at least at this stage of artificial intelligence, we need the human overview to check if it's performing the way it's performing, or is it like advanced now?
No. I think that right now we need also today we need the intervene of the human hand. But I think that is not for a long time, because we have several new technology, several new possibility to develop an IA more complex, but more that we can do the job better for us. Sure. So the next things is just not alert me. I mean, we need to IA and just not alert me. Alert and do. This is the future. The alert me and do the things because is faster
Faster.
than the human.
So yeah, I think that's a very nice point that you put forth. The pros of artificial intelligence efficiency often outweigh the cons of, like, should I trust it or not? Because the systems are now well advanced to make the remediation process much easier. So I think we can all agree on that aspect of artificial intelligence. Coming back to the second important thing that you said is a lesson to be learned in the Italian market, which is compliance. Especially, I think it applies to all of European markets
Yeah.
as well. So when you deploy a tool or when you create a new setup, a data center or something, compliance comes into play. So what is your advice to organizations? How do they stay compliant without having a major penalty to pay for?
Wow. I'm not a lawyer, so I try to answer as best I can. But we need to be secure.
True.
We need to observe. So secure for the data, observe for the asset. I need to have all the patch. I need to have all the new firmware update for the router. I need to have all of things, and I need to know if somewhere I'm missing a patch. So another time, the observability is the focus. I need to know how my environment work, and if there is some things that don't work, I need to know, so I can intervene. So with the I with my hand, but I need to know the first thing.
Exactly. We need to have that visibility to begin with, like we said. So, as of now, we've been talking about the back-end processes, the data center, the on-premise, the cloud. Let's talk about the users. Because in Italy, we are seeing industries, especially the luxury market, becoming more and more digital forward. We are seeing, a lot of brands going to marketplaces, a lot of brands having their own applications. Yeah. So, how do they monitor the application performance?
So the first thing is the metrics. The metrics of the custom, or the metrics of the application, or the metrics of the server, the metrics of the environment. So every brand, every customer have your own application. And for each, we need to create a view, create a monitor, and more easy is create this monitor, more effectively we have to prevent that we have some break on the buy system, for example.
So the key performance indicators are going to be how you know the applications go forward. We were talking about how the key performance indicators are going to be key. But when we say applications performance monitoring, I think the market is saturated with tools at this point. How do organizations pick that one tool that's going to suit their needs instead of having different tools for different metrics?
We need a tool that can monitor all the things.
Okay.
That need an important part is the log.
The logs.
The logs is very, very important. It's not easy to find a solution that can manage and monitor also the log. So this is the important part. The uptime is another part. The application is another part. The customer view, the user view. When I click to a site, I need to know how many times a customer need to complete this operation. So in this time, all of this is important for the industry. So we need a tool that can do all of this stuff together.
So it's going to be how the tool approaches logs, how it brings together the metrics, especially the necessary metrics and not all of them.
The metrics,
and the digital user experience, how it monitors that. I think we can all agree on that. That's a nice take. But so now let's talk about the business aspects. So the first thing that comes to everybody's mind, every decision maker's mind, is what am I going to achieve by making this investment? Okay, I'm going to buy this tool, great. I'm going to get this new technology, great. but what is the actual ROI? So what should businesses look out for when they are trying to buy in new tools or new technologies?
The simplicity, the first one.
Simplicity.
Simplicity is the first one, and we need to be easy, but we need to do all the option. We need all the monitoring. We need to do all. So in this case, the customer also use the magic word AI.
Yeah.
But sometimes no one know how AI,
Exactly, it
why it is, yeah. But they want the AI. But in this case, we need to AI that is easy to use for configure the alert, for example.
True.
For configure the listen, how my environment works, and start to monitoring in the correct way. Because we have a sort of noise when we configure a solution with monitoring solution. But with the AI, this noise is
Cancel
cancelled.
that.
Yeah, almost cancelled. Yeah. Some customer just ask for, okay, I need to monitor this. Do you? Okay, put the standard monitor. Put this and okay. Why? I don't know what is the standard monitor for your organization. In this case, we can use IA, and it's perfect. We have the perfect result for this customer. So in Italy, we always usually work with this approach. We start to the server. We start to monitoring the principal and start environment. After we start to monitor the router, switch, and the application. And after start to monitoring the application. And after we insert in the tool all this asset, we start to configure the alert. We start to configure this stuff. And in this case, is here that IA start to be a big alert, you can say, okay, for us. So is important that the tool is complex but look easy.
True.
Because I need to know that my environment work. Okay.
True. So the learning curve needs to be small, but the tool needs to be comprehensive. That's very true. I mean, we can all agree with that. We like the simplicity aspect of it. And like you said, we need to have a more scaled approach rather than going all in, like go from the server to the next, to the next, to the next. I think, yeah, that's a good way to start. So now, I think this answer explains how to deploy a tool. How about technologies? Like, say, an organization is now thinking about cloud, and then somebody comes in and tell, hey, have you heard about quantum cloud? I hear that's very cool. Or, okay, did you try edge computing? Did you try IoT? I mean, there's a lot of buzzwords going on right now. So how do organizations prioritize the technologies that they want to try out?
Okay, I think that the first step is understand what the customer, he need to do. Okay, and after I need to the first thing, the other thing, the second thing is take a solution that cover all the things that the customer need, and the third is a solution that the solution he must be easy, like I say. So we need to find in the market a solution that have all these three components. And after we need to do responsive, we need to be strong, we need to crash every 2 seconds, it's too easy to configure. Okay, but as I said, the simplicity for the customer and the comprehensive for the environment.
That's nice. I think we can wrap it now. The final question to you is, do you have any specific advice for Italy's decision makers, like IT decision makers, like for the next couple of years or the next 5 years? What do they have to do?
Invest on the observability, invest to try to know how many assets I have in my environment, because more bigger is the customer, is so difficult to sometimes know all. So the first thing is try to take a solution that have all the stuff, that have all you need, and the solution need to have all in one console, because it's so difficult to know all the things if we have 3, 4, 5 console,
Different
one for
tools.
the router, one from the server, one for the is impossible. The environment is like a tree. I need to monitor all the tree, not just the leaf or just the other things. All the tree is important. I need to monitor all this tree.
Sure. That's nice advice, to invest and to know how and where to invest. That's good. That's great. So we've been talking about solutions. We've been talking about full stack observability, and I think that's something ManageEngine does best. And you're a partner, so how has it been being a partner with ManageEngine, and how has it been dealing with clients that require full stack observability?
Yes, we also use, in this case, when the customer asks, we also use the ManageEngine solution. We also use the full stack observability that we already configured, that we already produce. It's a very, very special product because it's easy. There is intelligence, artificial intelligence, and is complete monitoring tool. So all in this case, we can build a perfect solution for every customer. It's scalable. It's integrated with several other ManageEngine products. So for the ticketing system, with the log, with all the things you can do. So the solution that we have is we suggest is ManageEngine and the full stack observability solution. So is our all-in solution, because I always take the result.
That's very nice to hear, and thank you for that.
Thank you.
And with that, we're wrapping up this episode of ITOM Spotlight.